Adding graphics to a document greatly increases the appeal of the document. Now, graphics include things like clip art, photographs, and pictures, any sort of media of that type. I'd like to add a picture to this particular document. I may actually scroll down to the 3rd page. I can move it later, so it's not too important about where you are clicked. And then I'm going to go to insert a picture. Now I've got 2 picture options in front of me. I can either go for the Pictures button or the Online Pictures button. If I go for the Online Pictures button, it means that I can search the internet with the help of Bing and I can find a picture, or I can even browse my OneDrive if I've got one and find a picture there. If I wanted to find a picture regarding paint, I would simply type a keyword and press enter. When I type a keyword and press enter, these are all the pictures that it's got with the keyword paint. I could then click to select that picture and maybe more than one picture, and then click the insert button, and it would simply insert that picture into my particular document. If I have a look at this picture for example, I may want to move it and resize it. Let's say first of all that I want to grab the bottom right corner here and resize it. Whenever you see a 2-headed arrow, such as my mouse pointer is at the moment, this means resize. It appears when you're in the bottom right corner, and when you're on the left, and when you're on the right, and when you're on the bottom. It basically appears whenever you put your mouse over one of these little placeholders. I always drag from the bottom right corner up and in so I don't distort my picture too much. And so I'm going to halve the width of my picture. Then I want to move my picture, having resized it, and when I go to move it, it can be quite stubborn as to where it goes. So if your picture is stubborn and difficult to move, we need to address the text wrapping. When you click on a picture, what you see is this little layout button here, and it has various layout options. And text wrapping is available in here. But it's also available on the Picture Tools Format tab in the ribbon, and it's a button called Wrap Text. So either or will work. Now when I click Wrap Text and I choose Square, then the text will squarely go around the picture. And you can see this here. When I click on the picture again and go to Layout and choose Top and Bottom, the text will go to the top and the bottom, as I move it, of that picture. If I was to choose the option Behind, then the picture would sit behind the text, and if I chose in front, it would block the text and sit in front of it. So there are various text wrapping or wrap text options, and I'm going to go for Square. And as I mentioned, when you click on the picture, you can choose this button, or you can choose the Wrap Text button. Now if you can't see the Wrap Text button, or actual fact you can't see the Picture Tools Format tab in the ribbon, then you're not clicked on your picture. If I click away from the picture, that tab has disappeared. So you need to click on the picture to be able to see the Picture Tools Format tab in your ribbon and be able to get access to all these tools which help you manipulate graphics or pictures. Okay, so we've got our picture inserted. We know that we've got the tab in the ribbon called Picture Tools Format. We know that we can change the Wrap Text option, and we know that we can resize it visually by dragging the bottom right corner. But if somebody said to me, no, this picture has to be exactly 5 centimeters wide, then on the Picture Tools Format tab, we have got a height and a width option. If it's 5 centimeters wide, I'll click here on the width option, type 5 and press enter. Centimeters is a given. When I press enter, that picture is now 5 centimeters wide. The height has been determined, 3.75. It's been determined because it doesn't want to distort the picture. So for example, if I illustrate this, if I want it 5 centimeters high, I click on the high option, type 5 and press enter, and it has determined that the width has to be 6.67 so it doesn't distort the picture. So that's a good thing. But if you're in a situation where you need to set the height and the width to exact measurements, then go for the size dialog box launcher shown here. Set the height to absolutely 5 centimeters and the width to absolutely 5 centimeters. Take off relative to original picture size and take off log aspect ratio and go OK. That sets the picture to exactly, take those two off, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and OK. That sets the picture to exactly 5 centimeters high and 5 centimeters wide. But look how distorted it looks. So that's the reason why you usually set either the height or the width to stop that distortion. And I'm going to go undo, so I take off the distortion. So you can size a picture visually or size it specifically. You can move a picture quite easily by dragging it, and you can move it easily because you've set the wrap text option. But if you want the picture to sit in a specific position, then you can position the graphic. I've got this picture chosen, and I've just sized it a little bit so you can see more clearly. I might now go up to the Picture Tools format and go to the Position button, and I want it to always sit in the top left corner, or in the top center, or the top right corner, or vertically and horizontally centered in the middle of my page. So these position buttons are an option as well, and you can have in the lower, left, center, or right. So there's also a Positions button. But I tend to move things graphically, visually, and I tend to size them visually and work with what works best with the document. I'm going to put it there and maybe down a little bit.